There is a huge divide in the Final Fantasy fanbase when it comes to Final Fantasy VII. There are those like myself, which it brought me into the JRPG world. It became, and probably still is, my favourite game of all time. And there are those that believe that. And then there are those that think Final Fantasy VI is much better. And then there are those that think Final Fantasy VIII are much better. And of course we all know Final Fantasy IX is absolutely amazing anyway, so that one is kind of off the cards. But if ever anybody mentions online, on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere really, that Final Fantasy VII is the best Final Fantasy, you get these people come out and say, oh no, 6 was much better, Final Fantasy VII was just a gimmick. Because obviously it was the jump to 3D. And this video is my personal opinion on why I think Final Fantasy VII is the best Final Fantasy out there. Nostalgia does play a part in it, so please bear that one in mind. I was 9 when it came out. And yeah, 97 I was 9, so I played it. I bought the PlayStation magazines. It was the first ever game I became obsessed with, and I only completed it a handful of times in my entire life, and I managed to recently just do it again on Steam, and I had a whale of a time playing through it. I absolutely hammered it. I didn't 100% it, I didn't do a lot of stuff, I did a bit of grinding. I finished the game roughly around about level 60 with Cloud, Barrett, Sid, and I think that was it. I think you can have 3 people in a party in Final Fantasy VII. Oh my god, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasies lately. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 3. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. But anyway, Final Fantasy VII is not only the first Final Fantasy to have obviously all in 3D, and also took full advantage of the PlayStation's hardware to have FMV sequences, but it's what it does with those FMV sequences and the story and what all the different story beats in the game. It was, and you can see now and like appreciating it playing. I haven't completed it in years, but how just epic they made it with all the stuff that's happening and all the stuff going down, the optional stuff with the weapons, the ultimate weapons that you can go and fight if you so choose, all the fun you can have at the Golden Saucer, the optional side quest with Wutai with Yuffie as well that you don't have to do. Of course, Yuffie and Vincent are optional characters that you don't necessarily need to complete the game. And there's just so much. There's secret weapons to find. There's places that you can only access via the airship later on in the game that you can get to. There's just so much in this game. You can go underwater via submarine, which you do have to at one point to find a key for the ancient city. But there's just so much in the game, not to mention the similar gameplay that has been in the Final Fantasies, which is tried and true, which is fine. Now, the only thing, in my opinion, that lets 6 down to go up against 7. I think if Final Fantasy VI was remade, I think it would be a strong contender. 100%, absolutely. I do really enjoy Final Fantasy VI. Now, obviously, I'm a fan of all Final Fantasies, apart from 11. And not because of 11 as the game, but because of the whole that play online situation to get to play it. I picked it up recently on Steam for cheap. I tried to get it, I tried to get in the game, and it would not let me. It was a total pain in the dick. I could not get it to work. I play Final Fantasy XIV near enough every day, and I wanted to go and actually finally properly complete 11. I know 11 is a lot harder than 14, I get that, but I just couldn't, and the whole play online system is wank, and Square Enix need to sort theirself out. But 7 has just got so much character and personality, with Cloud, who his memories are all messed up, and Barrett has his own side story. All the characters pretty much have a depth to them. There's something there with Kate Sith as well, Red 13, or Naneki if you want to call him his name. But there's just so much awesome and cool in Final Fantasy VII that it's still 100% worth picking up and playing today. Which would now be 2024, and it has so much to offer. It's such a good game. The music is awesome. The monster variety is insane. The characters are really well done. Some people don't like Cloud, and I get that. I understand, because he's a bit confused, and you don't really find out what's what until towards the end of the game. When as Tifa, you have to help him figure out who and or what he is. all the secrets there behind Sephiroth and the Genova cells and all of that kind of stuff, and obviously the whole thing with Aerith, and which was never done before in a game, you know. I mean, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it because there might be some people that don't know. But with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the horizon, I hope they stick to it. I hope they do it. I mean, I like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I think we could have done without all the Fate Ghost things and trying to change it up a bit, because you don't just change the story because a lot of people know it. If it's a good story, you know, don't change it. But I don't know, I just wanted to make a Final Fantasy VII appreciation video, just to say that it has so much to offer. It's not just a gimmick, it's epic and grandiose in its story, the monsters, the gameplay, the materia system is awesome, the combat system is still really cool, the limit breaks are really, really awesome, and the summons are also pretty cool, and they were jaw-dropping back in the day, 100%. But Final Fantasy VII is a game that you can get through with very, very minimal grinding, to be honest. It's not difficult, you just need to know what you're doing. You can get some items and rings that will negate damage from certain enemies. Undead enemies, just like in previous Final Fantasies, you can just use Cure on or use potions on and it'll kill them. which is pretty cool. But yeah, just recently playing through it again, fell in love with it all over again, even though I never fell out of love with it. And I'm currently playing through Final Fantasy V again, and I don't think I've ever beaten Final Fantasy VIII. So I've got the remastered Final Fantasy VIII ready to go. So after I've done Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy VIII will be the next one I do. And for those who have maybe come along to my channel because of the Kingdom Hearts stuff, I'm still playing through Kingdom Hearts. I absolutely hammered it a lot and I got a bit burned out. I'm a quarter of the way through Dream Drop Distance at the moment, so I will finish that one soon. And then I got a couple of others to do then before Kingdom Hearts 3, but I think I've got plenty of time before Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. I can't imagine that's coming out anytime soon. But let me know in the comments what you think about Final Fantasy VII, and what is your favourite Final Fantasy. Let me know down below, and as always, thank you very much for watching.